People. So I've made 3 videos here tonight, but this is probably going to be the last one. I just want to talk about Black Friday, and this really just sums up what's wrong with our country. I mean, we have more people obsessed with getting a couple of dollars off off an item, which they probably won't use. Looking for all these deals, going out shopping with into these malls and stores that are just filled with zombies that are again shopping for this shit just so they could say they were there on Black Friday, or just to say that they got a few dollars off a TV or a computer or some shit like that, and then you hear reports of people being killed because retards, you know, uh, ignoramuses are just running, through the store to try to get to the item first, and it's just a fucking clusterfuck of a holiday in these stores that and it's really bad that the day is on Thanksgiving, or the night of Thanksgiving, or that Friday after, because people actually have to work um, on Thanksgiving or the day after, and possibly miss spending time with their family, which is very fucking sad. I mean, so you have this holiday where people again are more concentrated with this shit. And then you look at the world of politics. I mean, only half the people in our country vote, which is pretty fucking sad. That only half the people in our country turn out to vote, and it's not because that they don't have a legitimate contender to vote. It's because people are too lazy. But then these people can go out on the day after Thanksgiving and spend all their fucking money and rack up a bunch of credit card debt and buy a bunch of random ass bullshit. Oh, but they don't have time to pay attention to politics. I mean, I bet if you went up to these people and just asked them basic questions about Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, or who, if they voted, they would have no clue, and they probably wouldn't have voted. And like I said, this proves what's wrong with our country, because we have a population that is more worried about sports, entertainment, and other shit that doesn't matter, as opposed to politics. And I've always said, you have to have time where you just lay back and relax and don't do anything productive. I mean, you can't work 24/7. You can't do boring shit 24/7, but you have to have your priorities in order, meaning that you have to pay attention to important shit too. You have to go to work and school and pay attention to politics and shit that actually matters. And that's the other thing. I mean, these people are probably people, yeah, I mean, just by the looks of it, who probably haven't gone to school, are not educated, smart people. Smart, not smart in the sense that, it's not really smart to go out, the day after fucking Thanksgiving and fucking waste all your money. And I'm sure these deals, they have these so-called special ass deals. Are these really deals, or are they just tricking the customers into buying more shit? I think it's the latter. Um, but yeah, this just proves what's wrong with our society. We have a society that cares more about Black Friday, cares more about sports, cares more about entertainment and music. Shitty music, by the way. I mean, the music nowadays is just garbage. It is complete garbage. With the whole rap, the rap is terrible. I mean, or we have a society that's more worried about that than the election or politics. Or if they are worried about the election, again, they're very very low information voters, meaning that they only read the headlines in the biased mainstream media. They don't read past the headlines. They believe everything the mainstream media tells them. They believe everything MSNBC tells them. They believe the garbage coming out of the mainstream media, and they're not smart enough to look past the facade. They're not smart enough to look past the deception, and realize that the mainstream media is lying to you, is taking things out of context, or just making shit up. They don't look past that. They just see, oh, Trump's advisor is a white nationalist, but they don't actually look into the story or look into it and say, hey, is what MSNBC, is that true? Is what they're telling me true? And the funny thing is, people will accuse the refs, in a sports game of, they will accuse the NBA of rigging games, or the NFL of rigging games to make money. They'll accuse, look at the Deflategate. I mean, they'll accuse people in the NFL, the higher ups, of rigging the games to make more money. But they won't question shit in politics. If you do that, again, you're called a conspiracy theorist. They won't see that just shows you how the mainstream media deceives people. And people need to wake the fuck up and realize, yes, there is major corruption and shit like that in politics, and that what the mainstream media tells you isn't true, and that you have to do your own independent research to form your own goddamn opinions, and stop believing everything BuzzFeed News or Fox News or Now This News tells you, because that news is not news at all. It is propaganda, people, and until people realize that, I don't think we'll get these people awake to what's actually happening. So there you go, people.